Hey guys, Supercurse Productions here, and today I'm going to be doing a showcase video on three figures I have here from a series of unfortunate events, which Season 2 just came out today, and yes, I realize this showcase is a little late, even though it is the same day, but one figure that is missing from the showcase is Count Olaf. I meant to have Count Olaf in the showcase, but I didn't have the time to finish him. I also didn't have the time to do a few other things, which I will mention later on in the showcase. But, and so the three figures I have here are Violet, Klaus, and Sonny, which I based their outfits on the ones that are seen most in the trailer for Season 2. And the one, you chose the outfits with, like, the most reference, and which was the outfits you see here that I've made, which were all very simple. And yeah guys, so I guess without further ado, we can go ahead and get into the showcase video. Alright guys, so the first figure we have here is Violet. I'll give you guys a full 360 of her. Now, this figure was probably, I don't know, it's hard to say which was the easiest figure to do out of all of these because they were all very easy to do. But Violet probably was the easiest to do, mainly because I just had to paint her. I didn't really have to do too much 3D elements, mainly just the collar, which is made out of electrical tape. If I can remove the hairpiece, you guys can see it does go around the top of the torso. Just really quick, the head, I don't know where the head was from. The hair, I don't know where the hair was from either. One of the things I did mention in the beginning of the video was that some things I didn't get to do, like make Count Olaf, but another thing I didn't get to do was for Violet. I found out just like 2 days ago that there was a more accurate hairpiece that actually had bangs in the front for Violet, which I'm probably going to order. I haven't done it yet, but I probably will order that because it's a more accurate hairpiece. And when I make Count Olaf, I'll probably put an update in that video with the changed hairpiece so you guys can see how it looks. But it's like I said, the torso is pretty simple. It was just a white torso that I painted well, first I actually sanded curves into the sides, and then I sanded down the sides because on a normal minifigure, as you can see here, the torso hangs over the sides. So I sanded it to get it to match up since she's wearing like orange overalls. It's all one piece. I didn't want the torso hanging over because then it would look weird. So I sanded everything all to, I sanded and carved and did a whole bunch of stuff, modified the torso so it would match up. And then I painted it in, I actually painted it in a bright orange, like, you know, Lego's bright orange that they use on, like, construction figures, stuff like that. That's what I originally painted it, and the yellow was a really dark yellow. And I realized, I don't know, afterwards I painted it, I don't know why I did it in those colors, so I ended up redoing the entire thing in the right colors, the darker orange and then the lighter yellow. But the arms are light flesh arms with, I painted the top white and then the yellow pattern on it. And then the legs were orange legs, as you can see. The hip piece from the inside, you could tell, was a blue hip piece that I did paint and carve so the paint doesn't rub off the legs when you bend them, which is nice because I ruined an orange hip piece trying to carve the inside so the legs wouldn't scratch, and I found a blue one that worked and I just had to paint it, so that's what I did. And the shoes are just painted all around all three sides of the legs, and they are white and dark brown. Like I said, she was very easy to do. I picked these outfits based on what was shown most in the Season 2 trailer, and because I found a photo on Instagram that showed all three outfits, so that also made it pretty easy to do. But yeah guys, so that was Violet, and now we can move on to the next figure. Alright guys, so next we have Klaus, and this figure had probably the most 3D elements out of all my figures, mainly because of the jacket and vest, which are both made out of my own fabric that I cut and painted to make the jacket and his vest. And starting from the top, the hair was like the standard messy hairpiece. The face was like an older Luke Skywalker hairpiece, and I just painted the glasses on it. And I feel like this looks a lot like how Klaus looks in the show. And the hair probably isn't the most accurate hairpiece, but I think it works. I'll just remove the spyglass from his hand for a minute. I'll talk about that later. But the arms were painted in my own tan, so was the jacket, and I actually outlined the collar, because you couldn't really tell that the collar was there, opened, until I outlined it, since it's all one color. The inside, like I said, the vest is made out of fabric. I did paint his undershirt in blue, and then painted all the detail you see there. It's basically self-explanatory. The brown that goes around the top, the elbow stitching pieces. There's little gold buttons he has on the cuffs of his jacket. And then the legs are just dark gray legs with brown shoes painted around all four sides. And now for the spyglass. The spyglass was actually a regular Lego telescope that took me actually a while to find, because I knew I had one, I just misplaced it. But once I found it, I painted it in the bronze. I filled in the one side with Procreate, and then I just painted over it, and I painted the little symbol that is on the front of it, the spyglass. But yeah guys, so that's about it for Klaus, and now we can move on to the final figure, Sonny. Alright guys, so here's the final figure. It is Sonny, and I already know what you guys are probably thinking. This head probably doesn't, well, it's not probably, the head I know doesn't look like Sonny. I rushed it, and this is what I got. The paint, the flesh paint that I used was a little chunky and it left little nicks and stuff on the face, which when zoomed in you can see, and when not zoomed in it looks perfectly fine. On camera it looked like the face looks horrible. The eyes, for the most part, are actually too big, I realize, and then the hair is kind of the wrong color, and I tried sculpting like the top hair that she has there. I don't know, you guys let me know if you think it looks good or not. The head is like my only problem. The actual body of the baby figure, I think I did a pretty good job painting her dress of how it's supposed to look. I got the colors accurate, and mostly everything is for the most part accurate on the torso. Just the flesh paint is a bit chunky on the arms. The only the real problem I have with it is the head, which I would like to go over and redo. But since I was trying to rush this for the show's release today, this is what I was able to do, and I guess it's pretty decent, I'd say. But yeah, guys, there's not much else to talk about for Sonny, and that's about it for the showcase. So now we can go ahead and end this video. Alright, guys, so that's about it for that's about it for my showcase. The figures from a series of unfortunate events. I had a really fun time making these, even though it was kind of rushed. Like I said, I wish Count Olaf, I was able to finish him. I actually haven't started him. I didn't have time, and since if I did finish him, it'd probably be done maybe this weekend, and I didn't really want to delay the showcase for this weekend. I wanted to get it out on the show's release, because if you guys know me, you wouldn't know that I have to release my showcases on the releases of a show or a movie or whatever for most of the time. The only time that didn't happen was Flash Season 3, which was months after Flash Season 3 ended. It was like right before Flash Season 4 came out. But yeah, so I do plan to make Count Olaf. Maybe next week I might have him done. I don't know if I will start him right away though, because I'm still working on my figures for Infinity War. I actually just recently finished 2 new figures, which are Bucky, the White Wolf, as some people are calling him. I don't really know if that's the official name, but I know a lot of people keep mentioning that name, White Wolf, so. And then Mantis. I finished Mantis and Bucky. I finished all the 5 figures. This is the reason I didn't have time to do Count Olaf, because it was 5 figures that I finished in 1 week, which is, I wouldn't say is more than I normally do, because when I did do Flash Season 3, I did finish about more figures in a week. So, probably wasn't an unusual thing for me to do. just not a common thing for me to do all the time. Normally per week, I maybe get about 2 to 3 figures done. So I'd say this was probably a pretty good week, since I did get 5 figures done, 2 from Infinity War and the 3 from a series of unfortunate events. But yeah, so Mantis and Bucky are done. So far I have about 9 figures done. Spider-Man update on him. I mean, I talk about these things so much, by the time I do the showcase, you guys probably not gonna really care to watch it. But I added sculpted pieces to the arms, as you can see there. There's an update. That's another thing I did. Doctor Strange, I did make his cape, and I painted his hair. So, that's, I guess, another thing. Thor has been done. I added a cape. I don't know if I'm going to paint any other detail on his legs. And then Black Widow's been done. Iron Man's been done. Star-Lord has been done since a few months ago. I just changed his hair. Scarlet Witch has been done. Drax has definitely been done. And then Black Panther has been done since like 2 months ago. Since the movie came out. I made him, but I didn't showcase him for the movie. And then the Captain America figure, as of right now, I did have a torso for him, but I don't have it anymore, and so I need to make a new one. So as a placeholder, I just use this one that I think I showed you guys before. It's the magnet torso for the shield. Although I don't know if he has the shield in the movie, so this is not the final torso. This is just like a placeholder, like I said. But, yeah, guys, so that's about it for this video. I really hope you guys liked it. I'll get these out of here for a thumbnail shot. But, yeah, like I said, really hope you guys liked this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like down below. Don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe. And maybe give me your opinion on these figures, of how you think I did in the amount of time that I had. But, yeah, so like I said, that's about it, and, bye.